Hey guys, how's it going? We're going to be looking at the Dragon Ball FighterZ patch notes. The patch is dropping tomorrow, which is the 27th. And we're going to be having a look at my favourite characters to see what's changed, you know? What are the big differences? So the first big difference is 5LL will probably no longer need the stagger to land the 2M. You can probably just go into 2M and it's going to link because they don't move as far. So just go into it, you'll hit them. I think they're just trying to make him a little bit more universal for players to come in, but it could have other implications. It could mean that his corner loops might not work anymore and things like that. We don't know. Maybe they work even easier. You know, we just do not know. They've reduced the startup on this, so now this comes out faster, which is interesting actually, because it's a really powerful move. This means that because it's faster, both if you're just whiffing in the neutral, you're going to get more reliable hits on it, but also if they're blocking, it should jail now. Tomorrow this shouldn't be possible, because the startup's faster, they should get counter hit now. So if they try and vanish out, they're probably going to get counter hit. I assume it doesn't jail and they can still reflect, but I don't think vanish, they're going to be able to vanish. Maybe not the highest level of change. However, if we can picture that now, you know, stops vanishes and people have to respect it a little bit more, because of the block stun on, sorry, I've not done this in a while. Because of the block stun on this, you now have an actual legitimate sort of pressure tool doing that, and you can't 2H that if you do it correctly. So 5LLL into instant air dash with sparking medium, instant air dash jump medium, you can't 2H it, it gets counter hit. So obviously you've got to get it pretty tight and it's pretty tricky to do, but it's there. So let's go on to the next change here. This could be significant. It could change his combo routes and everything. Like, it could change so much, but this has had its blowback changed on hit. Could just be maybe a quality of life change. I don't know. Maybe like this works a bit easier on him because he is one of the characters where this kind of sucks on. But we'll have to see. I don't think that's going to be a huge one. Next big one is 2S, 1S, and 3S. It says 2S though. I don't know whether this means all of them. But 2S and 2SS, which is this one, which is the mid one. Again, I'm not too sure if this applies to 1S and 3S as well, and they're just sort of forgot it. But anyway, this one, they've changed how this works now on hit. They've changed the location of the second key blast, so this doesn't happen anymore. So I'm assuming it comes out a little bit further away, so when they're getting knocked backwards, then like this, you know, it all connects, so you're not dropping and then potentially dropping a combo and probably getting punished for it as well. They've also done it so that it changes how they're blown back. Now, I'm just going to do this quickly because I don't know if this is what's going to happen, but it would be cool if it is what's happening. Essentially, at the moment, you can frame trap with 1S, and it counter hits not only vanish, but it counter hits jump as well. Now this obviously doesn't work against super dash, but that's the mind game. Oh, didn't do 1S. So if they jump out, they get, I vanished still up. So if they jump out, they're gonna get hit like that. So it's an interesting sort of thing, and they're also changing it now so that they're changing how the opponent's blown back, and they've increased in the untech time. So this could mean now that if you're doing cancel pressure and you catch them mashing with 1S, oh my god. It's because I'm having to input the elbow. Basically, you don't press 1S. It's weird. You have to like do the 1S but then hold back, or else it doesn't work in a block string. There we go. And it's because I was trying to input the elbow, but I was doing it too early. So now, because they're changing how the opponent's blown back and they're increasing the untech time, I'm going to assume that either into elbow 1S into elbow or 1S into Kamehameha will link now. But again, we'll have to see. This means that you can legitimately insert a 1S to counter hit them at any point in a block string if you think they're mashing, and you will get the follow-up special from it without having to worry about, you know, going into anything else, which makes him safer to play, more of a frame trap machine. It's interesting. The other thing they've done is they've changed how the drop down kick functions. You choking? They've changed how the drop down function works. On hit, this now has its cinematic hit changed, so we don't know what that's going to be. But it's going to be different. It could be a slide knockdown. I've heard rumours. They've added a special cancel window, which is very weird. I'm not too sure what that is. Maybe that's if it's on block, you can now special cancel. So you can like do this on block and then go into a special move. Maybe. Like, you know, like Yamcha does when he does his drop thing and then he goes into his wreckers. I mean, maybe, like, it's an interesting thought. Command grab there, I don't know. And changed how the opponent is blown back. That's very similar to the cinematic change. We just don't know whether it's slide knockdown, whether it allows for like a 5M or a 2M follow-up. We just don't know. Until we actually see it, we don't know. Jump H, changed how the opponent's blown back, not massive. Jump 2H moves farther. So this could be like Vegeto's, or it could just be a very slight increase like Vegeta's. We don't know. It could give him different vanish combos. We've no idea. No idea, but it's definitely something to look into. They've changed the properties on Jump S, hitting them in the air. I think they're removing the loops. I think this is to cater for how powerful he is. They're removing these loops. Could be wrong, but you'll see. So 236X, this is his elbow. They've reduced the startup, so it's now faster. They've changed how the opponent's blown back. Now, to me, that means, you know, just the on-hit animation. But this is for all of them. So even the medium one, the heavy one, they've changed how the opponent's blown back. And because these are cinematic hits, they've changed how the effect on them as well. So we don't know what the post situation is going to be there. We don't know whether it's maybe you can get a super dash follow-up. We don't know if you can get a 2M follow-up because they're not blown away. We have no idea. They've also increased the air recovery. So they've made it move farther and the start's been reduced. So currently this is how far it goes from full screen. And now it's going to be faster, it moves farther. So how much farther, we don't know. This is how far Bardox goes. Bardox doesn't hit the opponent from full screen, but it literally leaves him like jab distance. So if this is how much it is now, roughly, you know, how much farther is it going to be there? Like, it's interesting to see what they've actually done. And obviously you've got the air version as well. The big change though, really, that's going to make him a bit more unique is the medium and heavy versions after the pullback, so now. So once the pullback's finished, there, he's fully invulnerable. So it's not armor, like Broly, where he takes the damage. He doesn't take any damage, and he just plows through it, and there's a new on hit. So if he gets full combo, or anything like that, or, you know, it's weird. But it also says damage increased on the medium heavy versions as well. So it's a bit crazy. It's a bit crazy. We'll have to see. But could be a bit of a neutral monster. Like, you're in the neutral and you're just going to do EX. Plow through all the assists because it's invulnerable. Like, you've got a beam assist. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm doing this. Give me my follow-up. Who knows? Who knows? But it's interesting. Bardock might not be the king of shoulder charges anymore. So part of the reason why basic Goku's considered low tier is he doesn't have good mix-ups. He doesn't have a 2L, and his only mix-up is his command grab. The main issue with the command grab for me was he gets no situation after it because it just launches them full screen. So he gets no like knockdown like 16 into Oki. Like, there's no consistent follow-up pressure. And also the damage is kind of whack. So he has to vanish, and then obviously if he's vanished, he loses his key. Like, he loses his momentum and stuff. But it says here that they've changed the effect on hit, and it says 214X. So that means all versions have had their effects changed on hit. This could mean so much. We've no idea. It could mean that he has a completely new animation on hit, like he doesn't throw them away anymore. Maybe he keeps them there. We just don't know. But it could change his combo routes. It could change his sparking routes. It could change so much. And really how good he is. You know, even if he's got an invulnerable elbow and a Bardock elbow, I really do think because of the fact that he's got no mix-ups, like, you know, Bardock's got all these fuzzy mix-ups and all that lot. Him having a really strong command grab game is what's going to make him sort of be a bit distinguished from the rest. The next one is a little bit ambiguous because I'm not too sure what it means, but they've made his Kamehameha faster, which is good. It means stuff like this, you know, oh, come on. I am doing that. There we go. It means stuff like this will link, especially with how the new blowback's going to be. But the big one is, and I don't know whether this is all under the same branch, because it just says 236X, S, sorry, but it just says air diagonal Kamehameha, changed how opponent is blown back, untech time increased, but that's not under air diagonal Kamehameha, so maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And then it says slide knocks down opponent on hit. So does this one slide knockdown? I mean, I'm going to assume it's this one because of, you know, the angle of it, and it's drilling them into the floor. But the notes don't really leave it, you know, leave it up for interpretation. Really. At first, I thought it was so we could get, you know, the Tiger knee combos in the corner, because you can't get them at the moment. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, if they're getting slide knockdown, then that's not going to be the case. So we'll have to see. Maybe it gives him new combo routes, but just the start being reduced, giving him a full screen beam that's faster, and an elbow charge is definitely going to make him... He's going to be much more of a neutral character than a mix-up character, which is great. But again, we still know what they've done with the command grabs, which means making a great neutral character and a great mix-up character. So that's crazy. They've reduced the startup on Spirit Bomb. I'm not too sure how much. It just says it's reduced. So you're going to at least get a level 1 now, sneakily in at random points. Obviously, the whole thing's going to be reduced, so you're going to get it more. Now, here's the weird one. Changed effect on cinematic hit. Now, you get a cinematic hit on the level 3, as you can see there. And you get a cinematic hit on the level 2. But you don't on level 1, so it's only on cinematic hit as it changes. So level 1's still probably, you're probably going to do this. And it's probably going to be your most used one, the level 1. So that's one thing. So, but it also says that it's added a special cancel on hit. So we don't kind of know what's going on there at all. Like, what is the change to the cinematic hit? We don't know. It might look no different. You know, I'm saying all this stuff, change the cinematic hit, like all these moves might look identical. We really don't know. But all we do know is that it says that there's a change and then it's added a special cancel. Like, it's just my way of thinking is, what are you special cancelling into if you can super dash all of them for full combo? You know, are you going to be doing the level 2 one now, which has got a cinematic, so it's giving the level 2 on purpose, and then you can do level 2, and then you can do, like, I don't know, an elbow and then continue, or maybe his new command grabs and continue. I don't know how it's going to work. The only thing about his level 1 is they've increased the block stun on his L, so he might be able to go like L into this, and because the block stun's high now, he gets a legitimate mix-up. So maybe they can reflect, but they can't vanish anymore. So currently, if you do this into this, they vanish. But because there's more block stun, that's legit now. And also maybe that one, maybe not the overhead. Maybe you can still escape the overhead. But from basically, if you land the L, they can't vanish out the 2M anymore. So it's ways of this. We have to look at what the developer wants, like the character to be. Is he a frame trap monster? Then he goes into Kyoken, then he gets legitimate mix-ups. Because in that way, you know, let's say you do this, you can't vanish out. You see jails, so you're gonna go. Oh. Wrong one. That. Oh, that doesn't even work. That's so unfortunate. I thought that worked, mate, screen. Must just be in the corner. So what if you do... Nah, it doesn't work. See, in the corner it works. So you can go 5S, 2S into that and it counter hits. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting to find, you know, where to sneak in this 5L so that you can actually get a mix-up from it where they can't just vanish out. Because that's the biggest problem with Kaioken Mix, is currently you don't have to respect anything. You can just vanish out. So, obviously, unless you're in the corner. And then you just reflect. So there's level 1. Obviously, I'll be experimenting with it. I'll probably make a video on it, but don't get your hopes too high for that. But who knows? Level 3, startup decreased, which means it's faster. Spirit Ball moves faster, so he's gonna basically allow you to use him with more characters. How fast and stuff, we don't know. Will you be able to use him with like Piccolo and Tien? Maybe they've just made it so it's complete universal. Maybe it's just a few more characters you can play with. Changed where the attack starts, that's a big one. So maybe he's not as high up anymore. Maybe he's a little bit more lower down. And fixed the bug that changed the minimum damage. Maybe that's like a good bug fix, positive one for the players. In general, though, a bug fix is something that didn't really happen, so it's not really gonna affect you too much. So then we've got the assist. So his assist currently on hit, it's good on block, but on hit it's really hard to follow up. I think now on hit you're gonna get these follow-ups pretty easily. Currently, if I want to follow up with Blue Vegeta, I have to do his level 1. And we'll go on to Blue Vegeta now, because he's another character that I'm going to be looking at. I don't know what... Let's just type in Vegeta, and let's see. Vegeta Blue, that's what they've put him as. Okay, so there's a little note here, says teching, adjusted the teching time. Whatever that means, I have no idea. 5L, adjusted the aesthetics of when you whiff cancel the move. Don't know what, don't understand that. Increased hitbox on 5LL. Oh, okay. So that's gonna have a massive hitbox now. Don't know when you use it, but you know, maybe it was whiffing in certain instances, max range. I don't know. 5S, decreased blowback on opponents close to you. Oh. Oh, right. I think that's so this links now. This will link now. That is exactly what that is. That now links. You currently have to do this one. But I think this will link now. So, if they're close to you, both his 5H and his 236L will link. 2L, increased recovery. Okay. I mean, it's not something I think everybody was moaning about. Adjusted the aesthetics when you whiff color. Yeah, I don't think anyone was moaning about his recovery on his 2L, but, you know, whatever. 2H, increased active frames. That's good. Currently now, you can literally 2H a super dash and still get hit. Because, it's just not got enough active frames, so that's going to last a little bit longer and just give you a longer window to actually counter a super dash or something. 2S, decreased blowback on hit, decreased untech time. So this is an aerial counter, and they're really good. Like, his key blasts are already really good. I don't I don't really know what the applications are for this, but because it says decreased untech time, I'm worried. So that's his ground one. Yeah, even his jump one. So when we're talking about his jump 2S, currently he's got a combo. This, right? And that does work. Decreased block and hit. Why is that not working for me? Let's just do this. Hopefully that still works. Yeah, it's just the jumping versions have just got a better hitbox, so that will work now. So this currently, if you're doing the max damage, doesn't work. It will after the patch. The second one should hit because it's got an increased hitbox. Alright, so that's it with his key blasts. Let's have a look. It also says decreased blowback on hit. There is hope that this will work. Because of the decreased blowback, I think he might get his light command grab. Can you see how they get launched up a little bit? But again, I think they'd have to increase on tech time for that. I don't think it will work without increased on tech time. So sadly that might not be a thing. You might still have to EX if you want to get the dunk in the air or vanish. So 236X series. So this is all of his records, and the notes are really bad. So apparently these have been like extremely buffed. That was the sort of developer reference, extremely buffed. But if you look at the patch notes, not really sort of indicative of that. So we'll face the opponent's direction after the move. So I think this just means that if you do this on whiff now, so let me go into a move. Now again, I could be totally wrong here, but if I do a block string here, see how that basically nails him on the head? I'm trying to get it right here. I will have knocked it. I can literally do a two-way drop down because my character will turn round. So if that's true, just this one change alone will give me a straight up 50-50 every single time I use the move, because I will have dropped down on their head there. And I can drop down in the front as well, depending on the change of the assist timing. That alone will make base Goku Blue Vegeta insane, if that's what happens, but I'm not getting my hopes up. Travel distance now changes according to the follow-up used. Doesn't that do that anyway? I mean, that is literally what happens now. Depending on your follow-up, you know, if you do that, it goes there. If you do that, it goes there. So, I mean, that happens now, but they're basically, because we don't know what the follow-ups look like, we've no idea. So they're basically saying there's different travel distances now, depending on the follow-up. So maybe like the EX one now, like there, goes, I mean, it needs to go full screen. Adjusted blowback on hit, adjusted untech time, adjusted hit stop, adjusted damage, increased recovery. Interesting. So the increased recovery one's scary for this, because it could mean that he no longer recovers like he used to. So he no longer can just like literally do a falling light, because he's got increased recovery. He has to wait till he lands. So that'll just nuke that. But because of the other things, like they've adjusted all the blowbacks on hits, the untech times, we just don't know. We just don't know what. One second, my son's hurt himself. You okay, buddy? I think he's alright. So 236L's got faster startup. This has slower startup. I just don't. That's faster. It doesn't matter that it's faster. It's too short. That's the problem with it. It doesn't cover enough of the screen. It needs to go like at least here. Even if you dash with it, it's crap. So I'm still the debate's still out on the records for me, but you know, you could get it tomorrow and it's just absolutely insane. So I have no idea. Here's command grab. They've increased the damage. So it currently does 1,200, and they've increased the damage. So I'm hoping 1,600. Like, I'm really hoping at least 1.6. Increased proration. I'm not too sure what that is. I think that's like the damage distribution. So if it hits, It's going to increase all... If they've increased the damage, it's going to increase the damage of his combos anyway. So that's good. Change travel distance. What does that mean? So, does it go further now? I mean, it already goes far. It's already like his best sort of thing. Increased active frames. Okay. Interesting. Will face the opponent's direction after the move. Again, this is more sort of pressure stuff. You know, if you're doing this, you're gonna face them, so you don't have to turn around. But who knows? Because you do get a dash. Who knows? Adjusted properties on a smash hit. Okay. Is the standing one a smash? That's a smash, isn't it? So maybe the 236 alley gets a combo now? I suppose that's a smash hit as well. But he's always had a follow-up there. Like, he gets a follow... Oh, no, he doesn't. You have to have an assist, don't you? Oh, my God. So maybe now he just gets a full combo off the EX1? And he doesn't have to worry about that. I mean, look how abysmal that damage is. Look how abysmal that damage is. That's crazy. That really is crazy. Okay, so I'm still not sold on this Blue Vegeta hype so far. I'll have to see it, but yeah. 214L, decreased active frames on ground version. So we're still going on about the command grabs here. So this is literally, they've decreased the active frames. Is this literally now for mix-ups? So you do it and then you go for the mix? Like, is that what they want you to use it for? I mean, it's not bad, but I'd rather just have a mid command grab. 236, so that's all they've got to say about the command grabs. 236S, faster startup, cool. Now able to buffer supers, okay. Oh, I see. You have to do it like, cause currently you have to like cancel. You have to practice to cancel it. Now you can just do it. Increase progression. Moves forward before attacking on ground version. So I don't know what this means. Like, I'm assuming if you wanted to visualize it, nah, because he literally something like that. But or without actually knowing how far it moves forward, it could be that, or it could be like, you know, decrease the recovery on air version. Yeah, this should have been standard. Increased hit stop on first hit, decreased hit stop on block. Okay, so currently you can do this, which is really good, but it whiffs on smalls. But it's still really good, especially on big bodies. 236S, the same thing here. This is the exact same move. Increased untech time, increased hitbox. Okay, I don't know why this is in a separate thing. So now the untech time is more. I'm like, expect Trunks assist. Can you see how it falls down halfway? Expect them to arc and fall just like Trunks assist. Probably, maybe like as much as that or a little bit less. Increased hitbox as well. Okay, that's good. The increased hitbox is huge. 236M, increased damage when holding the buttons. So this is what it looks like normally. 1100, 2230. But if you hold the buttons, you just get 1100. I don't even know if that's a bad thing, but you lose your smash. So yeah, for Vegeta, you can get good damage from it, but you need like a Gotenks assist to really maximize it, or just a normal, like another assist to really maximize your damage. But you know, it's going to do more. So I did 4,792 there. You can expect probably about 5k. like a couple more hundred if you hold it. 236 LM, adjusted blowback on hit. This by the way. I think they're gonna land closer to you. I really do. I think they're gonna be like here. Increased untech time. Unable to move until landing. Quickly falls after use the air. So now, if you don't know, essentially in the air, if this move hits now at any height, you get a slide knockdown. Sorry, not a slide knockdown, you get a hard knockdown. But I don't know whether he loses any mix-ups. Currently, he gets like a really cool sort of overhead low mix, but it might have to go, which is fine because everybody else is getting theirs removed. So it's kind of one of those. Assist, oh thank God. Increased hit stop on first hit. Thank God. Decreased hit stop on block. I think that's how far they move back and forwards. So on block, they're not going to move back as far, maybe? I'm not too sure. Increased untech time and increased hitbox. Oh my God. So now you're not going to have like a protractor out and stuff just to follow up from it. It's going to be so much easier just to follow up on the blue Vegeta assist. I don't know how much easier it's going to be, but it's going to be like currently, for instance, you could do a sequence here, but you can't follow up. Obviously, this is all going to change. You can follow up. Sorry, it's so difficult. Just getting this timing, by the way, just to get that's really difficult. It took me ages, but it's pointless because even though you get a full conversion with Smash, it's so difficult that nobody's going to do it. Okay, we'll finally do Team Gohan, and then I'll do another video to do the characters on the other side of the screen. So Team Gohan, they've increased his air hurt box just to make him a little easier to hit, I think. 5L, decreased time window for cancelling 5L on whiff. Okay. Decreased landing recovery on 5LL, so you can assume this is now safe. I don't know whether it's after a special, but yeah. So now this is potentially safe now. Don't have that little jolt that he does. 5LL adjusted travel distance. Now faces the opponent's oh, did you see that miss? Wow, that's awful. Look how bad that is. Look at that. I wonder if that still happens after the patch. Increased startup. Gee, just I don't know. Unless this is God mode after the patch, you will not catch me dead doing 5LL. Not on purpose anyway. Initial attack hitbox increased. Okay, so they're making this hit from its intended frame. I'm not too sure if this is going to have a bigger hitbox. But what's going to happen is that, let's say it's like an 8 frame low, it will hit on the 8th frame at the max range better. 236X can now be followed up with the heavy button. So what we're assuming this is that if you do the follow-ups now, you can hit heavy, spend a bar of meter, launch them like this or a similar way, and get a slide knockdown combo. Which is insane, by the way. I don't think it's going to pan out that way, but that's what the notes read. Decreased hitbox upwards. Okay. Fixed an issue for smash and timing. Yep. Decreased last hits recovery. Okay. I mean, he recovers really fast, so I don't. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to say because I don't get that. 236L, adjusted land recovery, now falls to ground when he hits the opponent. Okay. Really strange. 236 medium and H, remove jump property. So if you're wondering, that means that these moves can no longer be 2H'd. You're going to be closer to the ground when using them, and you can no longer 2H him. You have to reflect or something. Just imagine it's like with SS Vegeta's rocket kick. You're going to have to counter it as you would do one of them. It's very similar. I don't get this one. I don't get this one. It just says adjusted the hit properties when the smash effect doesn't trigger. The only thing I can think of is this. I don't know though. Like, I really don't know. Really don't know. Okay, so let's go on to jump 236L. So like, this is outside of his bombs. Like, this is his move. Like, jump 236L is his move. I can't get any more. You can now hold either L or M to continue kicking. Can't you do that anyway? Like, that's what I'm doing here. Oh, I see. You can hold any of the buttons to do it. So you don't just have to hold light. You can hold medium. Interesting. Now attacks right before landing. Does that mean there's I think there's a follow-up here. So currently all you get with his jump kicks on hit is that. I think he'll do an additional follow-up attack as he's landing if he's still hitting the opponent. So there'll be like a condition check. Are you still hitting the opponent? Are you landing? Yes. Trigger additional attack. Go into super. Increased landing recovery. I assume that means if you're just doing it on whiff. I don't think that means on hit, because that would make no sense. Adjusted blowback on hit based on opponent's height. I don't get that. Does that mean it can combo on smalls easier? I think, because that might not seem like a big change, but can you see that? Like, one of the big things about him is you have to do a very specific timing to do it, and they want to make it so that everyone's doing this timing. So now you can literally just 5H, super dash mash, go into this and it'll work, whereas currently you have to do a delay. So they're making it more easier universally. Increased untechable time, that's just so you can get the super. Decreased travel distance. What? That's an interesting one. Can now buffer supers on landing. Well, yeah, we gathered that anyway. I think there is a way currently that you can actually get enough plus frames after doing it that you can just go into super, but it's too difficult to just do. So they're doing it so you can. Jump 236M. Decrease damage and decrease meter gain. Okay. So for those that didn't know, the only reason really why Gohan is still really good is because if you get any kind of touch on an opponent and you're like remotely close to the corner, you can like carry him over there, do stuff, go into this, and then follow up. So if I hit you anywhere, I'm just gonna go for this bomb and then go into this, get huge meter here, go into this, get huge meter here as well, like 2 bars, spend one of them, go into a vanish, bang, 5k. And obviously I can do even more, depending on how much meter I've got. 8k damage, no assist used, not even optimized, just randomly doing stuff. And that's what makes him so good, because if you get any kind of hit and you haven't used your smash yet, you can just like go across the screen, go across the map, and then just finally just blow your super on the 236, the smash on that, and just get so much meter from it. So they've nerfed the meter game, nerfed the damage. That's upsetting. Jump 236 medium heavy, adjusted travel distance, now leaps a bit after opponent blocks it. What does that mean? Does that mean that he goes up a bit? Or does that nerf? It could be a nerf, to be honest. Who knows? Who knows? Increased recovery. So they've all got increased recovery, so you can't just do this in the corner now, I don't think. Like, you can do this in the corner, and then you can like do a light punch, do a light kick, do it again in the corner if they're jumping. It's pretty obnoxious. I don't think you can do that anymore. Adjusted properties on a smash hit. I don't like the sound of that. So currently, like, these two moves are insane. Like, they're the only reason why he's even remotely viable and competitive. They're so good on hit, both of them. So it could be a buff mid screen now, like where he does this because it's a different smash property. He gets something, or maybe easier for an assist follow up. But currently, if you do this, you get a full combo. So I don't know. It's tough. Like, landing this raw is just so amazing. I'm not even too sure if you can. Yeah, you can. Look at that. Look at the damage. Look at the damage. 5k. Put it back. Felix, put it back. Sorry, my son's decided to climb in a cupboard. So I'm almost done here now. Adjusted travel distance. Adjusted hit properties for when close to the opponent on this. That's interesting. I'm not too sure what that means. Don't know what that means. Doesn't really seem to mean much for me. Assist. Now appears a bit further ahead than when the opponent is close to you or when the opponent is taking damage. So here's just an example of what that's going to mean. When I do this and call him, I can call him later. And it will still combo because he's going to go further ahead from me. And I can actually get the follow-up. Whereas at the moment, it's really difficult with this kind of character. Although most characters can do this, it's really difficult. And they just want to make it so it's easier to combo into him. At the moment, if I want to combo, I have to do something like this. Like that. It's just easier. You can do it the other way, but it's just harder. Okay, so that seems to be the first sort of 3 characters from the patch notes. We will have to see tomorrow what this all actually means, but for now, very interesting buffs to them. Blue Vegeta is the most up in the air. I really can't tell how good he's going to be. He could still be the worst or one of the worst in the game. Looking at all the other characters' buffs, unless there's some serious changes, like he's a damage monster or something, or he does get like loads of ambiguous like cross-up mixes, I still don't see him being like in tournaments properly without it just being a meme. Team Gohan looks like he could be very strong, like being able to just do this move. And then call an assist, and then on hit it's like a full combo. It's crazy to me. Like, it's really crazy. Team Gohan is good right now. Like, lots of Team Gohan players will try and make you think this character is not good. I'm telling you right now, this character is crazy. Big things for me are like the assist changes for sure. It's going to make a lot of these characters that are currently kind of wonky to use or don't work too well. You know, when you can just have a Bardock or a Yamcha assist. Blue Vegeta's assist now, you know, it's going to be easier to pop up than it is currently. Like, you can get that to work, but you won't get there in time. Even if you do get it to work, I've not practiced this because it was just too difficult to do. I think he can get there, but it's just going to make it easier. Bigger hitbox as well. It's going to make it easier to link the things. So yeah, I'm quite optimistic. The patch looks amazing, and I can't wait to sort of give it a try. It'll definitely be something that I'll be playing before MK11 comes out. The betas for the MK11s tomorrow as well. So yikes, there's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of content coming. So keep your eyes peeled, and I'll see you next time.